A growing new body of knowledge called neurobics is gaining popularity. Neurobics refers to mental exercises that enhance the brain's performance. Dr. Lawrence Katz was an early pioneer in the field and coined the term neurobics. It covers a broad spectrum, drawing on some previously known ideas, then adding supplemental activities to the core research. This new research in brain activity is that the brain, like other parts of the body, produces new cells that adapt and become integrated in the brain's overall function. Previously, it was believed that brain cells were fixed, that you had a given number at birth. Then the research branched out into producing specific activities that stimulate brain activity. The first part of this discussion covers the background activities that stimulate brain function, starting with diet and exercise. Then we discuss the more complex theories of mental activity. Included here will be specific brain-related exercises. Diet. Water is the key to life. A baby in the womb is 90% water. After birth, it is 80% water. As an adult, we are 70% water. In old age, water drops to 60%, then to 50% in death. Our brains are 75% to 90% water. As you can clearly see, water is critical. The oxygen in water travels to every cell in our body. Dehydration, or lack of water, causes fatigue and diminishes our ability to focus and concentrate. Some foods are especially good for us. Eating fish 2 or 3 times a week provides omega-3. Some research indicates that it lowers dementia and strokes. Most berries, especially blueberries, are also beneficial. Walnuts calm inflammation of cell walls. Raw cocoa and dark chocolate are 2 known antioxidants. Use baking cocoa in milk. The milk has lactose that is a form of sugar and sweetens the cocoa. Exercise. Physical movement stimulates the brain. Playing all kinds of sports activates brain activity. Your brain processes hundreds of connections for you to perform a given sport. Dance is another activity that increases brain function. Now we examine the mind and the brain. We often confuse the mind with the brain. The mind is non-physical, while the brain is a physical organ inside our bodies. How the mind works is still a mystery. We do know that the mind processes hundreds of thoughts and sends them to the brain. Obviously, the more times a thought is sent to the brain, the more powerful the brain's activity will be. This is how habits are formed. The brain automatically sends signals for you to act in a certain way. On a much deeper level, these habits become beliefs and control our behavior. What neurobics does is change the thought that you send to your brain, forcing it to expand and adapt to a different pattern. A study of jugglers showed that brainwave activity expanded when juggling. We can draw upon some older techniques as well. Meditation is one such activity. Researchers have identified 4 levels of brainwave activity from highly active down to sleep. They are beta for very active, then alpha, which is slower, followed by theta, that is even slower than delta, which is sleep. During meditation, your brainwave activity slows, going into alpha and even theta. Slower brainwaves keep out extraneous thoughts. This allows the 2 halves of your brain to function as one. Most of our daily activity is in the active state of beta that is left-brained. By moving into alpha and theta, we allow the right half of our brain to activate. The right brain is the seat of intuition and creativity. The activities of neurobics are designed to stimulate the right brain. If we look at creativity for a moment, we find that given an activity, we can change the sequence, we can add parts to it, or we can subtract parts from it. If we take puzzles, for example, the writer has already scrambled the parts, and we are to put them back into their proper order. Some neurobic activities involve removing one of the senses, such as taking a shower with our eyes closed, or turning off the lights and trying to move about by touch. Some involve the use of special scents. For sleeping, for example, lavender is often used. Then you can try brushing your teeth with your non-dominant hand. What each of these exercises does is change the signals that are sent to the brain, forcing you to change your behavior.